Welcome back for part 2. 4 part 2, my bad. Alright, here we go. Welcome back. We're moving on to the NBA Finals now. Big Dirk and the Mavs taking on the big three, the Heat. What are your thoughts on this series?
You want us to take it?
Yeah.
Start it off.
I think it's going to be a real. I mean, it's going to be a real grind. It's Tuesday night, right?
Yeah.
Dirk's going to have to do what he does, but the key thing in this series is you're going to need players like Sean Marion to step up and do the 26 points like he did in that last game. We're tying with Dirk there. But he's going to be the one covering LeBron. He's going to have to do a hell of a job. So I think Marion's become a better defensive player over time.
Yeah.
Like in the Suns, he was just like...
He was
more like... Yeah, but he was more offense, I'd say, then, because that's what the type of team they were. And you obviously need the bench to step up every game. And you need a player like Chandler to come in there and be the big man and take down Joel Anthony, who hasn't really been doing much in the past series. I mean, it's clear for the Mavs, you're gonna need Dirk. Obviously, he's gonna get his points, and then they'll match out LeBron, who's gonna get his points, and then it's gonna be the players like Bosh and Wade and all them. Just hopefully, the bench can try and cancel them out, because I mean they're averaging 60 to 70 points a game, if not more, for that big three.
Well, they have to, yeah.
Yeah, they have to, and it's gonna be a grind, but I like Dallas to win in 7 games.
Yeah. It's going to be an 06.
Oh, sorry, no, 6 games. Wait, no. They
well,
are.
Remember now,
it goes
it's
2-3-2.
2-3-2.
Okay, yeah. So Dallas and 6.
Dallas and 6. Miami has home court, right?
Yeah, Miami has home court,
yeah.
but I don't know.
Yeah, so it's a 06 rematch, and I think the NBA needs some new blood. The Lakers and Celtics was getting a little old.
Yeah, it was.
It would have been nice to see the Bulls and Thunder pull it out, but I think Dallas and Miami, I think they're real good teams, and I think Miami, like I said from the very beginning, I thought people were giving crap about how these guys weren't going to gel. I'm saying, no, these two players are the two best players in the game. It doesn't matter if they have no chemistry at all. That team's just going to be carried. Throw Bosh in there. I like the Heat big here. I mean, if you take it, all they have to do is stop Dirk Nowitzki. Is there any three players? No, listen, Pess. Is there any 3 players that you can match up that would just even equal LeBron and Wade on the Mavs?
No, you can't. But if you put a good gel team of 6 to 9 people from the Mavs to shut down those 3, the bench has done nothing for them. Mike Miller's finally actually stepped up for once in his life. I mean, I know he's had injuries and shit, but the problem is, not the court problems, but Eddie House hasn't even been in the series. Jamal McGlure, hell with him, he's 50,000 years old. And then everyone else is just doing nothing else. Chalmers may have stepped up.
Okay, so
but really just shut them down, because Joel Anthony gets 0 points every game. So I mean, as long as you just shut them down and you have the key core of 6 to 8 players with the Kid, Barea, Stoy, Terry, Dirk, Marion, those guys. Tyson Chandler is a huge asset in the court.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have those guys, you can shut down them 3. So I mean, they're gonna get their points, but I mean, it's kind of it's just I don't see them winning the series. I don't know why.
Okay, so
I feel like this is the Mavs.
No, going back to it. Hold on. So you take LeBron and Wade, and if you take any 3 players, if you take Dirk Nowitzki, listen.
Yeah.
If you take Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Kidd, and Jason Terry, who are probably the 3 best players, maybe throw Barea in there.
No way.
Those 3 players are not matching up against LeBron and Wade. Just goes through. Then you throw in Chris Bosh. This team is just too loaded. I think it's evident there. You throw in Mario Chalmers, had a hell of a series there. You throw in any big man, Joel Anthony. It doesn't matter. All you gotta do is match up with Tyson Chandler a little bit.
He's the point man.
There's one thing I like in Dallas here is coaching. I don't think Eric Spoelstra is that great of a coach. I really like Rick Carlisle. What he did with the Pacers, and I think what he's done turning around this team with all these aging vets. I really like what he did this year, and he was should have got some consideration for Coach of the Year. I really like what Scott Brooks did with Thunder and Tibbs with the Bulls. But Carlisle, I think that was great. But I just think the Mavs are so deep. They're very deep.
Way deeper than the Heat.
And that's what we said about the Bulls. They were so deep, but
no, they weren't.
Yes, they are.
How are they so deep? You Derrick Rose, who scored under 30 points every game last series.
You're saying Chicago Bulls were not a deep team.
They were a deep team. I think the Mavs are better. I think the Mavs are deeper.
Wait, but you just said the Bulls aren't a deep team.
The Bulls are not as deep of a team as the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay.
I'd say they're deeper than the Heat, obviously. But I mean, Still, the Heat way
Yeah,
too much.
all right. I'll say the Heat are. I mean, the Bulls are a very deep team. You got Derrick Rose, who is just as good as Dirk Nowitzki because he was the MVP of the league.
Boozer has his erratic nights.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
got 5 points.
But listen, you got Boozer there. You got Corver. You got
Korver
Luol
did
Deng.
awful. He
You
was
got
3
Joe
for
Noah.
13.
You got Taj Gibson. I mean, that was a deep team. In the Heat beat them and came back and destroyed them. I just don't see you looking back in the West. All the Bulls are is a young, youthful team that can run with the Heat. Dallas is not that youthful. You got Jason Kidd there, who's 36, the oldest player in the league. You got Dirk Nowitzki there. And yeah, you said Marion, you said Stojakovic. I really like both of them. But listen, there's just too many mismatches that they're going to have to make sure the Heat. The Heat are just going to be that team for the next 5 years here. I think LeBron's going to run. All right, take Marion and throw him on LeBron. Then you got Bosh and Wade series. And
Wade was awful last series.
You're going to say Wade's going to suck in the series?
No, I'm not saying he is, but
Who's
his
gonna cover
health
Wade?
has been a problem.
All right, you throw Marion on LeBron. Who's going to cover Wade?
I don't know. Whoever the hell you want on his
Yeah,
ass.
exactly. So how is Wade going to suck then? Jason Terry's
let
going to
me
cover
think.
Dwayne Wade?
Who was covering Wade last series?
Last series it was you could throw anybody over there. Derrick Rose was
You know how
covering
many open shots and please let me add, wide open dunks
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade missed last
But
series.
with Derrick Rose, the MVP of the league, covering?
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
How does that matter?
Because he's the MVP of
He
the
was
league.
still,
That's tough to
even
score
when
on.
he was wide open, he was doing nothing. Dwayne Wade.
Okay, all right. So like that's like back to the Sedin twins. They had
And his
nothing.
health,
You gotta carry on to that.
problems. And Bosch is erratic on nights. Even though last series he had some great games with 30-plus points in 2 of them. But I mean, besides that, Bosch hadn't really been doing that much up to that point. So I mean, okay, maybe you got Bosch, you got LeBron, but I'd say if one of them has a very off night, they are in some big shit.
Who the Heat?
Yes.
If one of them have an off night, then the other two go off for 70 points.
Okay, go off for 70 points. That's 70. Okay, say the Mavs get 100, you still.
All right, would you agree with this? That the Heat might be one of the best defensive teams in all of basketball since the Jordan, Rodman, and Pippen era.
True, but it's
so
contradictory when you made fun of their interior defense last show.
Huh?
You said they have awful interior defense.
Yeah, they have
and I
awful
criticized
interior
you.
defense, but they don't.
But then they shut down the Bulls for 75 points a couple games ago.
I know, and I was wrong there. The Bulls have Joakim Noah and Carlos Boozer and Taj Gibson. Dallas does not have that
Very
interior production.
They're very
Dirk
productive.
Nowitzki is not an interior player. He's
Dirk
an outside
Nowitzki
kid player.
is an unbelievable all-star.
Yeah, I know.
Compared to those 3.
Yeah, he is a very, very good player, but I'm saying interior defense. I think the Bulls were a tougher matchup for the Heat. That's why I picked them in the series. I was wrong about that. Now you look at the Dallas. I think there's just not a matchup the Dallas has except for Dirk Nowitzki on Chris Bosh. And Chris Bosh, if you throw LeBron on him, they're going to run, and they can stay in front of Dirk Nowitzki. I think Chris Bosh, there's nobody who's going to stop Dirk Nowitzki's shot. But all Dirk Nowitzki needs is some guys on him that can actually that have some speed, and he's in trouble. Chris Bosh, Dirk Nowitzki is a very old player now. He's getting up there.
Excellent.
He's an
better
excellent
with
player.
age. Better with age.
And Dirk Nowitzki's going to go off in the series, and he has to go off in the series. If he doesn't go off in the series, they have no chance.
I don't know,
And
but
I think he's still going to go off in this series. But Chris Bosh and LeBron James, if whoever's on covering them, is going to give them a run for their money because of their speed.
How about Brendan Haywood's got some excellent defense going on down there too?
Brendan Haywood?
Brendan Haywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is
Who says he can't stop Chris Bosh down there?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Chris Bosh is
Haywood and Chandler.
I think Chris Bosh had a great series.
I think Haywood and Chandler are going to push him like the little bitch he is down low in this series.
Who? Chris Bosh? No, I think Chris
Bosh
Bosh
is
is
First of
going to
all,
push
Chris
him.
Bosh is very tall.
Doesn't matter.
No, I think Chris Bosh-
Haywood is a very thick and meaty man. Okay, but Chandler's big and Chandler's great defense. Why can't he stop Chris Bosh? We'll eliminate Chris Bosh right there. And then we'll eliminate LeBron James and Marion. Who we got? Dwayne Wade versus Dirk Nowitzki. I'll take Dirk
We can
Nowitzki.
go on forever right here.
I just don't see it. All right, we have a couple more questions here. Whatever.
X Factor.
The X factor, I think, is can the Mavericks stop those two? And I disagree. I don't think that Sean Marion's going to be able to stop LeBron James.
I don't think he's
and
going to stop. Obviously,
Jason
no
Terry's
one
gonna
can stop
Dwayne
LeBron
Wade.
James, really.
I know exactly. So if they got,
I think Marion could reduce his points, kind of like what the Heat did to Rose last series.
And would you agree, Dirk Nowitzki is a great offensive player? I think Chris Bosh, he can run circles.
I
on
think
Dirk
he
Nowitzki.
can too, but I mean, if he's getting rejected every 10 seconds by Chandler and
Would
Haywood,
you agree with
I don't
this?
know.
I think we can agree with this. I think you can agree that the Heat are a better defensive team than the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
And defense wins championships, and their
Defense
speed's
does,
better.
but
I think the Bulls, out of all the teams, were going to give the Heat the toughest problems because of their youth, because of their depth. Dallas, they're very deep. They have a lot of deep. They're very deep. Excuse me, but they don't have that youth like the Bulls do. And the Heat absolutely annihilated them in that series.
Loose's little motivation from a very experienced coach couldn't help to increase Chandler and Hayward's production defensively. A little motivation goes a long way in a series like this.
All right.
All right. We'll stay in the NBA news, not the finals. So, you guys cool it off right now, huh? Cool it off. Calm it down. All right, yeah. No, we can't have another one of those shows. all right. Here we go.
It's been helping that Joe Mackey's on the DL.
Yes, true. All right.
No mold.
Did you notice ever since Joe Mackey went on the DL, we've gone on a tear?
Because we have nothing to
They
do
don't have that-
anymore.
they don't have that
We can't
seductive-
All right.
Seductive-
Because Alfredo.
I just wanted to put one more. It's good. Does the Heat logo look like a bleeding testicle? Does that look like a testicle?
Looks like something teeth would take out.
All right. The Rockets and the Lakers have announced their new coaches. Mike Brown will take Phil Jackson's place.
What a step
Okay,
down.
yeah, I know.
What a very
What a
big
step down. That's like you're climbing up
In
the
all
Mayan
fairness,
temple.
but we're saying he's the fifth winningest coach.
And I love how LeBron was like, yeah, I like that move.
All right.
Yeah,
That's
no,
fine. We're
that
the
way we
finals
know it's
right
right.
now. Go there.
And Kevin McHale will coach the Rockets.
Yeah,
So-
I like that.
I like Miguel.
Thoughts on this?
Mike Brown going to the Lakers. I think that's trash. I mean, we didn't work well in Cleveland, and they were a young and up and coming team. Kobe's gonna anything Mike Brown's gonna say, it's gonna be like Eric Spoelstra. He'd be like, no, it's my team. I'm gonna dominate here. You're not Phil Jackson. You don't have that kind of resume. You just take the Cleveland with the best player in the game and choke it every single time in the playoffs. And when you get to the championship against the aging Spurs, you have no chance there, and you get fired, and now you're going to our team with all these veterans, Lamar Odom and Paul Gasol. We're not going to listen to you at all. All of your input's trash. I think that's a horrible move. I think they should have went with the guy, Brian Shaw, who's been under...
Yeah, Brian Shaw's
Yeah.
been under, with Kobe. He's like that. He's like wicked tight with Kobe.
I would have liked another young coach, maybe Kevin McHale for the Lakers. I think going with Mike Brown. I think all I'm saying is Lakers fans who aren't the most passionate fans would be like, oh, well, I've heard of Mike Brown before. He was the guy who was on the Cleveland.
I think a couple of
Cavaliers.
LA fans would disagree
But
with that.
But the only thing is, Mike Brown is a very good defensive coach, and the Lakers are a defensive team. But I think Phil Jackson's a much better
The thing
defensive
is,
coach.
they
have
want
no
to,
chance with Phil Jackson.
he's a winning coach in the sense of regular season.
Yeah.
But the problem is, the Lakers are great regular season. They're going to make the playoffs no matter what. The Lakers are not done. Remember that?
Yeah, no.
Old talk.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
going to
they're
make
not-
the playoffs. They're
they're
going to
gonna
be
make the playoffs.
They're
I
going to be
think
a
they're
top
done.
4 seed.
Yeah.
They're going to be a top 4 seed.
And so
for
might
the
the
next
Celtics.
up and coming years. So that's not a problem. So I don't understand why you'd hire Mike Brown.
I know.
You'd hire him to win your games in the regular season. Well, Kobe Bryant and everyone else is going to do that.
Yeah.
So I don't see why you'd hire him.
When you
Like
take
you said, not Brian Shaw.
When you take a coach of that high resume, I mean, if I'm Doc Rivers and I
Bring him to a
Doc
team that
Doc
can't
Rivers,
win.
I'd hire Lawrence Frank, who's been there, or Coach Thibodeau,
Yeah.
who's been there under the system, knows all the defensive players, and so the players can respect him a little bit better. You don't take a coach with that kind of resume, throw him out there, and then just take another coach with a worse resume who's had a lot of seasons. You know, I don't like the Mike Brown season signing at all. Kevin McHale, I really like that sign. I think the Rockets have a young team. I think Kevin McHale's a legend. He didn't do too well with the Timberwolves, but I think Rockets have a better team on paper. He's an offensively minded coach as well, and I think the Rockets are an offensive team. I really like that signing.
Get a lot more respect than someone like Mike Brown.
Yeah.
Because he's a former championship player multiple times over.
Yeah.
All right, now our next topic is the Red Sox right now, but you know what? I feel like holding off on the Red Sox right now and having a third part where we just talk about the Red Sox.
All right.
Are you guys up for that?
Yeah, that's fine.
You guys up for that? I kind of like that. But all right, so we'll go right to viewer emails right now. Okay, David from Tampa asks, if you were Tim Thomas, what would you do? What would you do with him in the offseason? Excuse me.
If I was Tim Thomas, I'd take Tim Thomas's $5 million salary cap and trade him right now while he is the best goalie in the game. You got Tuukka Rask just waiting in the wings there. Cabriolet was a bust. You take Cabriolet's salary, you take Savard's salary if you can find a taker there, and you take Tim Thomas' salary.
Another
That's
mock
$15
trade.
million for the Bruins to spend on any players they want. Take Tuukka Rask, who was their MVP of their season last year, with a worse offensive team, and almost got them to the same place they are now. Take Tim Thomas.
Almost.
Yeah, so
Teamwork.
take $15 million, go out there, get a Jerome McGinley, make some trades, make some get more offensive players, get some more veterans to help this youth out. I like the Bruins for the next 5-10 years.
Yeah, but I agree with that. But you want to win the Stanley Cup first, and then figure this stuff out. I mean, the problem is just I don't like just dumping Thomas. I don't like the thought of that because
So you
he's
want to
done
have
so much.
So you want to have Tuukka Rask, who right now is.
Why don't you just get rid of the other two guys? You're saying maybe keep Thomas for one more year and
Get rid of Tuukka Rask?
Let Rask develop even more, so he'll be unbelievable when Thomas leaves.
So you're saying get rid of Caberlet, get rid of Savard, and okay, I like
Caberlet's
that.
done jack shit, to be fair.
But what if Tim Thomas
true.
comes out
That's
next
true.
season and has an injury because he is 36 and he has an injury or has a down year and right now his value is skyrocket high. Philly would not want Tim Thomas. If Philly had Tim Thomas, it would legitimately be the Eastern Conference favorites for next year.
Exactly. So why would you want to give them that weapon? Philly is like stacked. Why would
if
you
I
want that?
if I can land a Claude Giroux for that or a couple first round picks,
I get
would
what you're
easily do that.
saying, but I feel like Rask needs to develop more.
No, we got them. He was the MVP of their season last year, and now he's under Thomas for another year. I think this is right now. I think he's gonna.
Yeah, then why is he not starting now though?
Well, because Tim
Tim
Thomas
Thomas
was
is
awesome.
unbelievable.
Yeah, that was
Thank you.
Yeah, I know. So right now, Tim Thomas'
So
value
why
is
not hold him
skyrocketing
for
high.
another year and see what happens?
Because what if he gets hurt or has a down year? Then
What
his
if?
value sucks.
He's fine now. He's great now. He's facing like really hard team like the Lightning. He's doing fine now.
I know.
He's injured, yeah.
Yeah. So you have to then be another year older, and you would
I
have.
see
What would you
it.
do?
I see what you're
What
saying.
would you do with Tim
But
Thomas?
if you
Would
win
trade
the-
him for what?
if you win
I
the
would trade him
Stanley
to Philly
Cup,
for a first round picks or a big player like
it's
Claude
easy.
Giroux,
It's easy for
a
you
young
to say
player
that
that
when
can
you're
build
not
up.
like the coach of the team. Because I mean, you have like personal connection, and if you win the Stanley Cup with him, especially, it's going to be that much more difficult to get rid of his ass.
If there's a coach in the league who just, he's my friend, I'm not going to trade him, I would fire that coach immediately.
Yeah.
Just because
Tim Thomas,
you got to be a business person.
It's not a friend. It's a fact of how ridiculous he is, and
No,
how much he's done for this like franchise in general.
Yeah, I know. Tim Thomas.
It's kind of like we'll get rid of Big Papi tomorrow. Fuck him. Whatever.
No. No.
No, but Big
I don't
Papi
think
doesn't
he-
have that same kind of value that Tim Thomas has right now. And right now, you said Roberto Luongo a couple things ago was the best goalie in the game.
Well, no, I did not. I did not say he was the best goalie in the game.
What did you say?
Barry Melrose said right now he thinks Luongo will be a better choice for goalie in the playoff standpoint than Tim Thomas because of the experience.
Yeah. So now that
So
Tim
I never
Thomas
said he
has
was the
that
best in the game.
experience,
Don't listen to him.
and Philly just saw how they just absolutely destroyed him in that series. Philly wanted to say, all right, Peter Chiarelli, I really like Tim Thomas. I know you got Tuukka rating there. Listen, we have a couple first rounders here,
Yeah.
and we also have some young players like a James Van
Just let
Riemsdyk
him
or
keep
Claude
Boucher
Giroux.
and give up like 20
Yeah,
goals a game.
I mean, if
That's fine,
they
I
go
don't
into
care.
next season with Boucher, they're screwed. But Brodsky isn't even that great.
Why would the Red Sox do Yankees a favor? So we'll do Philly a favor.
Well, Philly
I
isn't
mean,
a
that's-
Well, yeah.
rival.
Well, lately they have been. These last few years,
Yeah, we absolutely
they've been a very really.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we killed them, but we got smacked a year ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's just a yearly thing.
Like
That's just
like
2
four
years.
games,
That's 2
four
years.
games in a row of winning after being up 3-0 and just blowing it like that. I mean, I'd call that a pretty damn good rivalry.
This
Yeah,
is-
but
this
you got
is
like
the bottom line.
like
This is the
100
bottom line.
years of.
Listen, Tim Thomas is a ridiculous goalie, and yeah, if I was him right now, if he was getting paid $1 million, I'd say no. Obviously, Tim Thomas, you're starting next season, so you're gonna have to wait.
At least
but
give
the
him a
problem
shot.
is the salary cap right now. The Bruins have been right on the cap for the solid 3 years. They've been screwed. They have to trade their guys to get a Caberlet. Once you have this
Yeah, but
$5 million,
Olsen's like 100 years old and he's still in that.
I know, but they don't have a Tuukka Rask waiting there, who's arguably a top 5 goalie.
Mike
in this
Smith.
league.
It's like 20
Mike
minutes.
Smith.
Mike Smith's not that bad.
He's not a Tuukka Rask.
He's not Tuukka Rask. I mean,
Yeah.
but he's still up and coming. He's like 21 years old.
Mike Smith? No, he's 29.
29.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
All right, we're gonna have to save these. I lost track of time. Once
Well, he's
again.
younger. He's younger than Thomas. We'll give him that.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna have to save these next 2 viewer emails for the next part where we will talk about the Red Sox and other stuff if time allows us to. We'll see you in part 3.